guys, welcome back to Death from Above 40k. It's battle report time. We've got the Space Wolves facing off against the Orks in a bit of a Saga of the Beast battle report today with, some of the new... Well, it's not really new now, but anyway, that's alright. We'll go through it. So, first things first, I'm going to be heading up the Space Wolves. Jakey Boy's heading up the Orks. So we'll go through the Space Wolves list first. So, first things first, people have asked for Ragnar to be back in the list. So, Ragnar is back in the list. Here he is in all his glory, ready to throw down. So, in this Space Wolves list, we have a battalion and a spearhead. So, in the spearhead, we have Ragnar Blackmane. Then we have a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf Mount. He's got Wolf Claws. He'll be the Warlord, so he's got Saga of the Wolfkin as his Warlord trait, and he also has the Wolfenstone. So that's him. Then for troops, we got Blood Claws pack, led by Wolfguard in Terminator armor with Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. Then we've got 4 with Chainsword Bolt Pistol, and then the pack leader has a Power Fist. Then if we go over here, we've got an Intercessor squad, all with auto bolt rifles, and then we've just got the pack leader has a Power Fist. Over here, Grey Hunters. We've got 6 of. Again, we've got a Terminator. He's got Power Fist and Stormbolter. Then we've got a pack leader with a Power Fist. And then we've got a Plasma Gun in there. Then everybody's got bolt guns and chainswords. Then we've got a fast attack choice, which is 5 Thunderwolf Cav. So they've got, the pack leader has a Thunderhammer, everybody's got a Storm Shield, and then we've got Wolf Claws on the other 4 guys, so lots of choppy goodness. Then at the back here we have a Spearhead detachment led by Bjorn. Bjorn's got the Twin Lads, he's got the Heavy Flamer, his True Claw, you know him, you love him, he does the work, he does it all. Alright, then we've got Long Fangs pack, we got 2 Las Cannons, 3 rocket launchers, and then a Terminator with Cyclone missile launchers, Wolf Claw, Stormbolter, and then just a pack leader with nothing. Then here we've got another Long Fangs squad. We've got 5 heavy bolters. Then over here we've got a Whirlwind with Vengeance rounds in it. So that brings us to 1,500 points and 10 command points because they haven't spent any pre-games. So at this point in time they've only taken the 1 free relic. And that's it for today. So we'll go over the Orks. Alright, in the Ork list, once again 1,500 points. This is also a battalion and a spearhead detachment. So we'll start with the HQs. We've got Deathkiller Wartrack, he'll be the Warlord. He's got the best armor teeth can buy. And he's also got Cyborg body, so he'll be getting around killing some stuff. Then he's got next to him, Big Mac on Warbike. He's just got his Claw and his Grot Oiler. Then in the battalion we've got 1, 2, 3 12-man units in trucks. And they're all identical. We've got Knob with Power Core Combi Rocket. We've got a rocket launcher in there. The rest have just got shooters. And all of the trucks have rockets as well. Then over here we've got a Spearhead detachment led by Big Mac in Mega Armor. Now he's got the Power Claw, he's got his custom shooter, and he's also got the... Nope, that's it actually. Just check. He's got a Grot Oiler. Then in the Spearhead, we got the Morkanaut with the custom force field and all the zappers and claws and things on him. Then in front of him, we got 3 killer cans. Now today, a bit of a difference. I haven't remodeled them yet, but these killer cans are armed with rockets, not Grotzukas. Since they made Grotzukas heavy, they're no good for moving around. You don't get the advantage of having the 4 up to hit, but etc, etc. So we're going to change that around and have rockets for them today. Then in front of them we got the 10 looters. So this one comes in at 1,500 points and 9 command points. So pretty even. Both got battalion and a spearhead. So we'll roll up a mission. We'll get to throwing down, and I'll see if I can't take apart a heap of Orks. Alright guys, we'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, we've rolled up a mission, and the mission is Beachhead. So beachhead is pretty straightforward. Each opponent puts a objective in their deployment zone and one goes in the center of the battlefield. The one in your deployment zone is worth 1 point, the one in the center is worth 2 points, and the one in the opponent's is worth 3 points. So it's a sort of a hold your own and push forward into the enemy. At this point, Jake rolled the highest, so he picked a deployment and he's picked the standard 12. Then we put down one objective in the center. We've placed, well, he's placed one over here with no one on it yet, but keeping in mind you don't start scoring until the second round, so he's obviously got a plan behind that. I'm not really sure. And then if we come around to the Space Wolf side, I've placed mine in this little fuel depot. So I set up first, so we may as well go through my list starting on this side. So on the fuel depot where my objective is, I've got the Whirlwind and the anti-tank Longfangs. So they've sort of got a view sort of down there. At this point he's set up pretty well. I don't have much of a view of his stuff, which is all his armour. But anyway, then coming across in the centre, ready to go forward onto this objective, we got the Thunderwolves, we've got the Wolf Lord, then next to him we've got a Grey Hunters pack, and in the centre of them we have none other than Ragnar Blackmane. Coming across here, we got Bjorn the Fell-Handed, in front of him, 5-man Intercessor squad, and then up the top here we have a Longfang squad with heavy bolters, just with a big sort of overarching view of the battlefield. Now in deep strike, or outflank as I like to call it, I've got the Bloodclaws Wolf Pack, paid the 1 command point, so that leaves me with 9. Now Jake's deployment is all right here. So first things first, he's put his looters in the teleporter, paying 2 points for that. And then on the battlefield, he's got at the back, truck, Warlord, truck. Squeezed in there, we've got Big Mech on a bike. Then in here, we've got Big Mech in Mega Armor. Then we've got 3 killer cans just around here. And then leading the charge, we've got the Morkanaut. So it's pretty much a big blob here, just ready to go straight into the center here, straight into these boys. So at this current point, I reckon he's going to teleport in onto here. Who knows? We'll see. So, do you want to seize the initiative? You don't want to seize the initiative. Wow. Alright, we got a first here. Jake does not want to seize the initiative. He believes he's set up enough that I can't do any damage in this first round, and as it is an objective game, he would like the last turn to scurry and score some points. So at this point, we're going to go with Space Wolf's first turn, so I'll get at it and have my first turn, and then we'll get back to you. Is that alright, guys? Alright guys, end of Space Wolf's turn 1, and I've taken a bit of a cautious approach to this battlefield. The last couple of games I have rushed in, and it hasn't always paid off, even though some have been wins, some have been draws, whatever. So, the movement forward, first things first, these guys over here, being heavy sport, all stayed still. There was a couple of las cannon shots from these guys, and Bjorn shot into the killer cans, which was the only thing they could see over there, did nothing. Then this shot into the killer cans and did 4 wounds on one. As for everything else, these guys here, the intercessors, ran forward to sort of get in front of Bjorn and create that bubble. These guys ran forward with Ragnar here as well. And the wolves just made like I think I can move 5 inches forward, just to sort of, because I don't want to get counter charge. If I move the full 10 to here, I'm almost just giving away the charge against something as powerful as a Morkanaut or something like that. And I didn't want to do that. I've sort of done these things in other games, as I said. So there was no first strike, and no points get scored till the start of the second turn. So at this current point, only damage done is 4 wounds on a killer can, and just a bit of moving forward, preparing for some board control. So we'll get back to you at the end of the Orc turn 1. Alright guys. So end of Orcs turn 1, and I played it cautiously on my turn. Jakey boy this match has decided, no mate, not doing that. So let's have a look at what he did. So pretty much the best way to look at this is, all of the rockets from here fired into the Thunderwolves, and all of the small arms fired into the Grey Hunters. So pretty much the rockets combined firepower and the big zappers and everything off here, all heavy weaponry, fired into the the Thunderwolves, and killed 3 of them. And then obviously this guy's come in and killed another one and taken a wound off this guy. Then all the small arms fire off everything else, shot over here and reduced this Grey Hunter squad down to the Terminator and left him on 1 wound. But then the firing come to an end, and I was able to pay the command point to turn him into a lone wolf, so he's still got 3 wounds. He's just wounded once now. In this ensuing battle, the war boss on the Death Killer war track took 5 wounds, and I suppose he pretty much crushed the Thunderwolf. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. We'll get back to you. He's still got a lot of stuff here, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So we'll have Space Wolf's turn 2 and see what we can do. Fight back against these. I think it was a pretty solid first turn. None of us scored first blood, so we'll have to go on to literally just scoring objectives. Alright guys, we'll get back to you in a minute. Alright guys, end of Space Wolves turn 2. It's been carnage, but it's been a really good turn, and that's in the Space Wolves' favour. So we'll start over your movement. These guys were up in the top. They couldn't get a line of sight or anything, so they ran and got just enough just to get to the bottom of here, but they couldn't shoot or participate in the battle. But hopefully now they'll be able to get in there. Remember, when it comes to heavy weapons, you got to get them in there. So sometimes if you just got to run them or something, just do it. Coming across to these heavy weapons over here, they shot into the Morkanaut and did absolutely nothing because he saved every single one of his hits with the custom force field. This guy then fired over into the killer cans, took some wounds off one, and then these guys were able to finish him off with their auto bolt rifles and also some shots from the lone wolf. So they killed one over there and then took 2 more wounds off another. Bjorn also shot at the Morkanaut, and I think he took 3 wounds off him. Then obviously where he is now, he ran in close combat, took another 10 wounds off him, so he's down 13 wounds. And then the Morkanaut hit him back and took 4 wounds off him, so they're both just in this battle. Funnily enough, the Lone Wolf was here, and I tried to charge him in first, and he actually got blown away in Overwatch, which made me decide not to charge Ragnar in there, because he's got less armor than the Terminator, so I was a bit, yeah. So I decided to charge Ragnar into the Death Killer war track, and he just went, rin, 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 and just cut that fucking war boss's head straight off. Just kicked it into the dirt. It's probably in there somewhere there. Just no problems. Just cut him the fuck down. Alright, so these guys didn't do anything, but thanks to Ragnar, they were all able to consolidate quite far forward, because we decided there's no point holding back at this point. We're already up in the grill. So, that's it combat-wise. These guys are on this objective. Now, points-wise, this is where I skipped way ahead. So I got War Boss this turn. Holding this objective, which is mine, which is 1 point. Holding this objective in the centre with these intercessors, which is worth 2 points. And then if we come around here, because someone left their objective open, I was able to outflank onto this objective. Now late game, this might be something where these guys just sit here and don't do anything, but that scored me 3 points because Jake left that open for that 1 turn. He was just saying to me, he's like, I was going to teleport my guys down on that and hold it in my turn 2, blah, blah, blah. I got to it first. So now he's got to remove me off his objective. So Space Wolves not only did some good combat and things here, we scored ourselves 7 points in this 1 turn. So now it's up to the Orks to get back at us and start kicking some heads in. Alright, we'll get back to you in Ork turn 2. Alright guys, end of Ork turn 2. They've hit back, they've fought back, they've warred, they've done their thing. So what's happened? Alright, this truck started coming back around here to head towards this objective. You'll notice there's no one on this objective anymore, because these guys step struck down over here, which was interesting. Shot across this way, obliterated them, and then I suppose now he's going to have them here as fire support going forward to fight over this way. So probably an intelligent move. Then these guys come around here in the truck, shot over here and killed 2 of the long fangs. I took away 1 las cannon and the sergeant. I think a las cannon's less useful in this battle. Then in the centre here, wow, this is where all the action happened. So, the Morkanaut and this fella were not able to hurt Bjorn. Bjorn just punched a hole straight through the big Morkanaut. Just bits were going everywhere. He just annihilated it. This Bjorn fella is just not... He's like the Wu-Tang Clan. He ain't nothing to mess with. Ain't nothing to fuck with. Don't go near him. Alright. Over here, these guys ran in. Killer Cans killed the last Thunderwolf. Then the truck come careening in here with the Big Mac on a bike. And the Big Mac and all the shooting from the truck killed a heap of these intercessors. Killed 3 of them. Then Bjorn and this guy heroically intervened into the truck and just fucking tore it a new one. All these guys come pouring out. Then the intercessors were able to punch some holes in a few of them. But at the end of this turn, they got more troops on this centre objective. So they scored 2 points. So after all this carnage, they've got a few points into the game now. So the Orks are back on the map. It's 2 to 7, but that's okay. This can be turned around. It looks like he's got some plans to go forward and do some things. So we'll get on with the Space Wolves next turn and see what we can do to fight these Orks off. Okay, end of Space Wolves turn 3. So, it's been some carnage, lots of things are dead. But that's the way we like it. So we'll start over this side. These guys, seen this truck over here heading this way, shot all their shots into it, took 4 wounds off it. So pretty simple for them. These guys decided to, the Longfangs decided to fire frag rounds over into these guys. Got a heap of hits, but not many wounds, and it didn't pay off very well. And then the las cannon shot into this, also with the whirlwind taking 4 wounds off it. They all passed their morale checks, so they're still there. So we'll go to the centre. What happened in here? As you can see, there's everything's pretty much dead. So we'll start with this guy. Pretty much cleaned out the entire Ork unit with this Power Fist guy finishing off the knob. Ragnar was in the centre here, so he ran towards the Killer Cans to charge him. He lost 3 wounds on the way into Overwatch. Then he cut them down, and then they blew up, and he took D3 mortal wounds. This guy took a mortal wound. This guy took a mortal wound. And then Bjorn, or before that blew up, Bjorn crushed the mega armoured bloody mech boy. Mega armoured mech boy. That is a mouthful. And then over here, this guy cut down another one of the Primaris Marines. So the Space Wolves racked up another 3 points in this turn because that's troops' choice on the centre. And obviously they're still holding their own objective. So they're on 10 and the Orks are on 2. The Orks are still in the battle. They copped an absolute wallop in that turn, but they got a truck full of boys over here heading towards their objective. They've got a truck full of boys heading over here. They've got some fire support over there in the corner. Still got the Big Mac in the middle here, so who knows what could happen. We'll get back to you at the end of Ork turn 3 and see if they can't do something about this. Alright. Alright guys, end of Ork turn 3. So we've had a bit of shenanigans going here. So, first things. These guys, looters, shot across here, killed a couple of more of these Longfangs up here. The Ork boys pressed up on them, shot in some more, didn't do anything. Over here, he zipped the truck. He advanced and he zipped it back around this way and got onto this centre objective. Now, this guy come heroically intervening in and chopped a couple of more wounds off. They tried to shoot some rockets into the Warlord, but didn't do anything. Then this guy managed to chop down the last intercessor using the last command point, giving him 2 points. So now they're on 4 points to 10. So they've actually fought their way back into it. And now they're heading towards this objective over here. So the game's not over yet. Bjorn decided not to heroically intervene because he was staying the course going this way. But now thinking about it, he probably should have fucking turned around and smashed this truck open. But anyway, we'll get back to you at the end of Space Wolves turn 4 and see if what happens, the outcome, the mystery, the battle, the excitement. End of Space Wolves turn 4, guys. It got pretty weird, got pretty hectic. Alright, we'll start over here. These guys shot across over into the truck here, took a few wounds off. The other Longfangs that were here Also shot into the truck, got it down to 1 wound, then charged the truck. The truck blew up and they copped 3 mortal wounds and killed the rest of the Long Fang unit and only killed one of these guys. So all that's left over here now is the Whirlwind and a full unit of boys. Yeah, I know, right? You can't write this shit. Over here, a very similar thing happened where they blew the truck up, they killed the Big Mac, these guys got out, and the Power Claw, because these guys consolidated into them, took another wound off Bjorn, so he's only got 2 left. So this puts Orc troops on 2 central objectives pretty much here. So this is going to be interesting going into turn 4 for the Orcs and see what can actually happen here. So we'll get on with Orc turn 4 now that this has got really interesting. They're back in the game. They've got lots of troops near lots of objectives now, so this could swing back the other way real quick sticks. So we'll go on to Orc turn 4 and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, end of Orcs turn 4. Let's go through it. The looters shot in here, took a couple of wounds off the Warlord. We were trying to deck him to get an extra point. These guys actually backed out of combat so that these guys couldn't attack him. I didn't consolidate into them either. They held this objective. Then coming around here, they managed to come over here, pour all over this objective and charge this. So they've held this objective. They also took 5 wounds off this Whirlwind. This Whirlwind can't even back out of combat. Didn't do anything back to him. So at the end of Orc turn 4, the Orcs are now on 9 points and the Space Wolves are on 10. The Space Wolves don't hold any objectives at this point in time either. So we're going to go into Space Wolves turn 5 and see what happens. Holy crap. It is end of Space Wolves turn 5 and I am blown away. Pardon the pun. Gobsmacked. You just can't get my head around it. Jake thinks this is hilarious. He's laughing. I'm just going to take you straight to the centre here where it all happened. The Wolflord went to charge in, got blown away by rockets in Overwatch. Bjorn then went to run in and got blown away by rockets. Both major characters got annihilated by Orc rockets in Overwatch. Then Bjorn blew up, killed a couple of them. They passed their morale and they're just sitting there on the objective. Nothing can happen over here. Now the weird part is these Space Wolves cannot get... This is all that's left in the army. These Long Fangs and this Whirlwind. We cannot get line of sight on any Orc unit bar possibly the looters. So next turn in Orc turn 5, these guys are going to get 2 points and these guys are going to get what do we got? 6 points because of line breakers. So they're going to go up to 16 points versus Space Wolves 10. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Orc victory. There's nothing Space Wolves can do at this point. That right there just swung the entire game round the other way. Oh, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. That's the game. I hope you enjoyed it. Man of the match, Jake's just said Wah is his man of the match. For me, I'm going with Ragnar because he smashed up a heap of stuff. He can't take a hit, but he sure can give one. Gee whiz, what a smash around. So now it's 10 to 16. Thinking the Orcs were getting their heads kicked in and they just hung in there, and right at the end of the game, some lucky fucking dice rolls, typical Orcs, and they win it. Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed this. What a game. I don't even know what to say. We'll get back to you with the next one.